here or not. And just take your time to arrive to this space, to forget all the madness, all the craziness around us. It is strange times. So find any comfortable seated pose, closing the eyes. And if you're in Sukhasana, an easy pose, maybe have the palms open on your knees, slowing down the breath. And just take your time to arrive to this space. Allowing the breath to flow freely. Allow it to become heavy. Letting go of any thoughts, any worries. Be silently repeating to yourself, I am safe. I am at peace. Letting go of any need to control. Just let yourself be, let the breath flow. We're going to take the right palm on the heart, the left palm on the belly. Silently setting your intention for your practice this evening. Or maybe dedicating the energy or the karma of this practice to someone you love. Someone you know needs some healing, loving energy. And we're going to slowly come to a child pose. I'm going to adjust my props, my books. I'm going to move it to the side. Coming to your hands and knees. Opening the knees wide, big toes together. Send the hips to the heels. And you can come to your traditional child pose, just reaching, allow the heart to melt. Or maybe if this is too much to start, maybe using your pillow or your bolster if you have a bolster. And just come to rest here. If you find that your hips are high, you can also use, if it's too much and you can't bring the hips to the heels, you can use a blanket. Just fold it and place it right here for some support. I don't need that, but everyone is different. And we're just going to be here for 2 more minutes. Totally surrendering to the earth. Gently start lifting the head, lifting the heart. We're gonna come to our hands and knees. And we move to our dragon pose. So you're gonna start with the right leg. You're gonna bring it forward just outside, right in place of your right palm. And I'm gonna start walking my left knee back, keeping the toes tucked under, keeping them square. Start walking the knee back and allow that hip to sink to the earth. And you can either stay here with the palms on the floor, or you can come to your elbows. Or if both those options are too much, you can maybe use your blankets to bring the earth up to your level. If you have blocks, you can use blocks. I'm gonna use blankets. Or if you don't have blankets, you can just fold some towels and just stay here. And we're gonna be here for approximately 5 minutes. So I want you to start on a scale from 1 to 10, where 1 is you don't feel anything and 10 is like your edge, your maximum stretch. I want you to start somewhere maybe between 5 and 6. The longer we hold, the more intense this could be. So I'm looking at the phone just to look at the watch, at the timing, but try to keep your any distractions away. Relaxing the breath. We're coming to our halfway. So if you were here, if you were on the palm, see if maybe you can go a little bit deeper. You can come to the elbows. If you were using blankets like me, maybe checking in with your body, see if you can lose the blanket. Just moving slowly, being mindful, respecting your body's limit. Slowly, if you're on the forearms, we're gonna press to the palms, sending the hips back, start walking the left knee slightly in. We're gonna move into our sleeping swan. I want you to take through your right arm out and just toe heel your right foot towards the left. You want to bring the right knee just outside of the right hip and the right heel towards the left hip. And I'm going to start with the left toe tucked under. And slowly coming here. Now if you find that you're leaning too much on that right hip, if this is too much for you, this is the time where you can use your cushions or your blankets. So if this hip is too high, instead of leaning to one side, use a cushion for some support. And again, we can come to the forearms. We can use the pillow to relax here. And bring it a bit higher. Going to your sleeping swan. We're going to be here for another 4 minutes. And if for any reason this is not accessible, feel free to go to thread the needle, so come into your back, or maybe come into that figure for where you bring the right shin parallel to the short edge of the mat, and your left thigh parallel to your shin. And coming, folding forward, relaxing on your forehead. So this is the second option if sleeping swan is not accessible for you. Try to find stillness. Surrender to the pose, surrender to the air. Only 15 seconds left. Slowly lifting the head, let the heart press the palms on the floor. Start walking your left knee in. We're going to take the right leg back. And that side may feel a bit different. And step the left foot forward, just outside of the left palm. Start walking the right knee back. Staying here, either on your wrists or coming to the forearms. I'm gonna start here. And if at any point that feels a bit much, or if you're feeling sensitivity on the knee, feel free to fold your mat to get some extra cushioning, or use one of your blankets, your towels to support the knee. The same thing if you're on your wrists and this is too much, then create a fist so you're here on the knuckles and instead on the heels of the hand. We are halfway through, so it's time to check in with your body and see if you can go a little bit deeper. So I'm going to try coming to the forearms for the remaining time we're here. And slowly lift the head, coming to the palms if you were in your forearm. Sending the hips back and slowly toe heel your left foot towards the right. Toe heeling heel. You want the left knee outside of the left hip. You want to square your hips forward. Feel free to use a cushion below that left hip. If you find yourself too high like this, avoid leaning back to the left side. Instead, just use a cushion or two, or use a blanket, fold it to support that left hip. I'm gonna come here, and I'm gonna use my blanket and two cushions to rest my head. Slowly lift the head, lift the heart. We're going to lean over to the left side and send that left leg back, coming back to your hands and knees. Just taking some circles, release the hips. And switch the direction of your circle. We're going to come to seated. From here, I'm going to use the books. I've stacked 3 books together. I'm going to place them here. You can have 1, 2, or 3 depending on whichever height that feels right for you. I'm going to fold my blanket and place it on top. I'm just going to come to a heart opener. You want to place this just to support your shoulder blades. So for the ladies, that's exactly where your bra line is. And for the gentlemen, that's just towards you want the end of the books to be supporting the bottom of your shoulder blades. You're not going to be here for long, just 3 minutes. Feel free to use another pillow or cushion to support your head if this is too much. We're going to allow the knees to open, collapse to the side, bring the soles of the feet together, palms facing the sky. And if for any reason that feels too much for the hip and you need some support for your knees, and you don't have blocks, you can use the cushions. It can be a bit tricky to adjust the books. It's not as straightforward as a block, but we'll make do with what we have. And for me, I feel right. It feels right to just take the arms all the way overhead. And keeping the palms facing the sky, relax. For me, just a bit more openness in the shoulders. Feel free to take this variation or stay with the arms close to your body, palms facing the sky. And slowly lift the head. We're going to press the elbows and bring the forearms to the floor. Then bring the palms to the floor to push yourself all the way up to seated. We're going to adjust our props. We're going to open our knees wide, coming to that V shape. And if you find that your back is rounded and it's hard to sit this way, feel free to use a blanket or a cushion below the hips for support and to lift you a bit higher. And from here, I'm going to take the fingertips forward. Relax the shoulders. Keep your pillow nearby in case you need to use it. We're going to start folding. So always starting this one with a bend in the knees. Start reaching forward. Then you can stay here, just relaxing your head, relaxing your muscles. Or if it feels better to you to get some support, use your pillow. I'm going to place it right here, relax your head. And I invite you to close the eyes here. Just allow the mind to totally relax. Gently start lifting your head, adjusting your props to the side. We come to our frog. So from here, come to a wide-legged child pose, opening the knees as much as possible. Then we start taking the feet out, and it might be better here to go the opposite direction on the mat to get some support for the knees. We're going to bring the heel in line with the knee and come towards the inner side, the inner edge of both feet. And I'm going to use my pillow. I'm going to start allowing the knees to open to each side and relax your hips down. And you can take just a couple of breaths here, just finding the right angle, the right spot where you can hold for a few minutes. We're going to be here for 5 minutes. Use your bolster, use your pillow to relax your head. You can even use 2 cushions. You can use books and then the bolster on top. I recommend some extra padding for the knees as well. This as we hold this pose, it gets a bit intense, and sometimes it feels uncomfortable for the knees or even for the ankles. And you want to keep your knees I want to say in line with your hips, but if this is too much, then they can go back a bit. Just breathe here, try to relax into it. I know it's hard to relax in this pose. But remember, a lot of times it's your mind playing games on you. That's my favorite inspiring young teacher, Ananda. She always used to say, ask yourself, do you need to come out of the pose or do you want to come out of the pose? And there's a big difference. Ancient mother, I hear you calling me. Ancient mother, I hear your song. Ancient mother, I hear your laughter. Ancient mother, I taste your tears. Oh mama oh, 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 oh mama oh. Oh, mama, oh, you are the water that I drink. You are the air that I breathe. You are the fire that keeps me warm. You are the earth beneath my feet. You are the water that I drink. You are the air that I breathe. You are the fire that keeps me warm. You are the earth beneath my feet. We have one more minute. And slowly start pressing the palms on the floor. Lift the head, lift the heart, and start walking your knees back. We're gonna come to tabletop with the knees together. We're just gonna send the hips forwards and backwards. Release. We're gonna reach it all the way forward. Come to this really high cobra. That tends to release the hips after frog pose. And from here, we're gonna stay on our belly. We're coming to a cobra pose. You can use your pillow and bring your armpit and the elbows forwards. Relax your shoulders back. Roll the thighs in. Feet are as wide as the mat or as wide as your hips, your choice. And we're going to keep the palms open, relaxed. This is one option. Another option is to reach for your cushions. And use this to lift your head. And slowly Adjust your props, bring the elbows close to the body, press the palms on the floor as you lift, coming all the way up to seated. We're going to extend both knees forward. And we're going to start with the right leg. We're going to bend the right leg, bend the right knee, take it across, walk that heel away from you, bringing the knees on top of each other, stacking your knees on top of each other. And option one is you can stay here and start folding. Option two is to bend the left knee and bring both heels closer to the glutes. So you can start with the heels far away and then start, as we stay deeper, you start bringing the heels closer to the glutes. So you can be here if you're already feeling enough of a stretch. You can stay, you can hold here with a straight spine. If you want to go deeper, you're going to use your pillow. You're going to start folding, rest your forehead. Or even create two fists and rest your forehead on your fist or on your knee. So find whichever variation that works right for you today. We have 4 more minutes. Slowly start lifting. And we're going to bring the right heel in line with the left knee. The left knee can stay bent or you can extend it, whichever feels right for you. We're just going to take a gentle twist before we move to the opposite side. Keeping a nice straight back. Start taking the right fingers back, twisting, hugging that right knee to your chest, and taking your gaze towards the right shoulder. You can also just hug the knee with both palms. What you want to do here is you want to make sure your hips stays grounded, stays on the floor. Try keeping a straight spine. Let the movement happen from the floor. We're not here for long, just a few more breaths. Slowly come into center. Uncross your foot, extend both knees, give your legs a little shake. We're gonna take it to the opposite side. So bend the left knee. We're gonna take it across. Walk that left heel away from you, stacking the knees on top of each other. And remember, you can stay here with that leg straight, or second option is to bend that right knee, keeping the hips on the floor. We're gonna start with the heels away from the body, and as you get more comfortable, start bringing your heels closer to the glute. And slowly start folding. And using your polyester or more cushions, or creating that fist with the palms. That's my favorite in this one. One more minute. Gently lifting the head, lifting the heart. Bringing the left heel in line with the right knee. Keeping the hips grounded. And start with a nice straight spine. Take your left fingertips back. Hug that left knee to your chest as you take your gaze toward the left shoulder. Also just hug the knee with both palms. And take a gentle twist. Slowly coming back to center, uncross your feet. Make sure you have enough space. We're going to start with the knees bent, holding the inner thighs from outside. Follow the abdomen, coming to your Shavasana. Eyes closed. Find your favorite variation of Shavasana. And you can stay here for as long as it feels right for you. Thank you for joining me.